Hi, Naomi Suzanne from Naomi's Home Health. I'm back for another Q&A session. So if you have any questions, you're joining me live, say hi, type in a question. If you're catching me on the replay, put hashtag replay. Tell me where you're tuning in from. But I wanted to start doing some more of these Q&As so I can answer some questions and you don't have to put a post up and all those sorts of things. So while I'm waiting for people to ask some questions, I wanted to talk about autoimmune disease and the idea that our body is attacking us. So autoimmune means that our immune system has turned on us and it is attacking itself, basically. But it's not exactly true. What the actual core issue of an autoimmune disease and a lot of diseases is our liver, our overburdened liver. Now, it takes a long time to accumulate an autoimmune disease. It doesn't happen to you overnight. It doesn't happen accidentally. It hasn't happened just because it happened or accidentally or anything like that. It has happened because of environmental factors, lifestyle factors, DNA damage from, passed down through generations. It's not hereditary, but some of the things are hereditary. It might be heavy metal passed down through generations, DDT, things like that. Those are the things that get passed down. But an autoimmune disease doesn't get passed down. The actual toxins and things can get passed down, and how we live. You might have the same stress factors as your mum or your dad who also has a thyroid issue. So the main things that I focus on in healing, because we can heal, because we get told that we're stuck with this forever. You're always going to have an autoimmune disease. You're always going to be sick. You're always going to need medication. And that's not necessarily the case. It may be the case for some people, but it's not necessarily always the case. We can reduce our symptoms. We can feel better. Some of us can get off medication if we really work hard at it. So drop a question and ask me, or let me know if you resonate with this, or you've thought your body's turned on you this whole time. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. Because if we focus on our liver, like the liver is our main detoxification organ, our pathway. Everything goes, what we smell, what we ingest, what we put on our skin goes through our bloodstream and into our liver to either be detoxed or to be used as a nutrient, or whether it gets sent to the gut to be absorbed as a vitamin or a mineral or something like that. So our liver is trying to work out if it's foreign, if it's natural, if it can be used by our body. So when we start adding a lot of things to our body, a virus, some bacteria, mold, all the toxins we take on, particularly as women, we use a lot of commercial makeups and hairsprays and body products and perfumes and all those things, and we layer them onto ourselves. And women tend to stress a lot more than men. Men can, often, not all men, but a lot of men can, brush things off a lot easier than women. We are often the cleaners of the house, which is another toxin. We take on a lot of environmental factors as well. And sometimes when you're a mum, you eat whatever you can on the run because you're so busy and you're working and you're looking after kids, and you might not eat as good as you possibly could because you don't have the time or energy or anything like that. So a lot of these things are the reason why our liver, so it's like it goes through our liver, and our liver's like trying to filter it out, and it just keeps filling up and filling up. And some of the things like heavy metals, pharmaceuticals, virus, they can't just be detoxed out of our liver with water. It needs to be detoxed, and it needs a little help with different foods. Like heavy metals need green herbs like parsley, coriander, basil, stuff like that, spirulina. All these things are really good to help get rid of that. So when we eat gluten, dairy, egg, soy, they feed those pathogens in the liver, which is your viruses and your heavy metals, and they stay in the liver. So this is why removing those foods, not because we're sensitive to it. Like lots of people say, oh, I'm fine with gluten. And I was one of those people. But it's not necessarily about how it makes you feel. It's about what it's doing when it's inside your body. And, a lot of those foods are sprayed or treated, or preservatives are added to them. So our liver is taking on a lot. And it is really, really hard for it. It starts to become sluggish because it's like, I don't think I can continue to take on all the stuff that you're giving me. And then when we stress, hormones go through our liver. So we've got cortisol, adrenaline, and we're also trying to detox blood, estrogen, progesterone, all those things we're trying to detox in our body as well. So that's why we get a build-up of estrogen, because our liver isn't working properly and we can't detox it out effectively. So there comes the hormone imbalance. So this is why it's super important to focus mostly on our liver, not the immune system, because once we sort the liver out and start to get it working a bit better, it becomes a domino effect with our gut, with our skin, with our immune system. Yeah, like we've got a virus that's going around a lot right now, and we need to make sure that we can fight it effectively. And it's not because we are immune compromised, it's because, it's got to pass through our liver and our body's got to try and detox it out. So if we can use things like baby spinach, rocket or arugula, things like that to help flush it through, lemon water, lime water. I make myself a really good tonic. It's an Indonesian herbal drink, and I grate some fresh turmeric, I grate some fresh ginger, I put it in a little strainer and put some hot water over it, and then I mix it with some lemon and honey, and I pour more water into it, let that steep and let it get cool. You can drink it as a hot drink, but I let it cool down and I sip on it all day, and it is amazing to help flush your liver out, boost your immunity, reduce inflammation. Once your liver is functioning a lot better, your inflammation levels are coming down, and you're going to fight things a lot better. So if you have any questions, pop them in the comments and I'll answer them. But this is something I want to do all the time, so join me. Let me know where you're from. If you want to hear more of these Q&As, if you want to tell me what videos you want me to do, what do you want me to discuss in this group, because it's really important that you learn and you educate yourself, because you know your body the best, you know it better than anyone, and you are going to help yourself get a lot better. So add any questions you like, let me know where you're from. I want to know where we're all tuning in from, and thank you for supporting this group, and I hope you're getting something out of it.